people will be thrilled, in fact, well, delighted that His Majesty the King has finally reached out and decided this. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for taking the time out to join me today. And always, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. By the way, I'm glad you enjoyed our movie. Yes. Yeah, did you? I've loved it. It's just a great film, isn't it? Phone Call from a Stranger. Now, tell me about this, chums, because I just think this is the thing that I find fascinating. Those films today would be very hard to make, wouldn't they? Because of CCTV and mobiles and, cell phones, whatever you call them. Because everything now is so documented. Wherever you're going, wherever you're walking, somebody knows or is tracking you on a camera, aren't they? Well, I know, I can sense it here. Absolutely, don't worry. But you know what I mean? It's a weird thing, it's like the brilliant Rear Window, of course, with Hitchcock. All of that would have been a different film in today's world, because consequently, everybody can be found or, looked upon, or, you've got a tracker on the phone, that sort of stuff. Hope you're not tracking me. Well, I know. Yeah, can you imagine? Just arguing in the supermarket, arguing in the bank, lack of service. Oh, goodness. I got told off the other day, by the way, for walking in the out entrance of a supermarket, Marks and Spencer's. Apparently, no, I'm not allowed to do that. They should be grateful you're spending money. Meanwhile, people are walking past me with shoplifting. Just ridiculous, isn't it? You just think, right, well, you can imagine I put that person into place. Absolutely. Let's hope His Majesty the King puts this person into place. We're talking, of course, about the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer. Now, without 100% of a shadow of a doubt, it appears that this particular man, that's right, the business secretary, oh yes, him, well, he's clearly been stated, of course, Jonathan Reynolds, that he's been a solicitor for many years. This document was unearthed by an excellent sleuth from 2015, so clearly he's been lying, and now he's going to be investigated. Now, according to a very well-placed source, His Majesty the King wants answers, and rightly so. I believe he should dissolve Parliament. This particular group of people, of course, Angela Rayner, Rachel Reeves and the rest of them, including, let's not forget, Lord Wahid Ali, are all a bunch of charlatans. They've clearly got in there through skullduggery. And as I said to you recently, they've had 14 years to try and get together a reasonable act. When you think about it, you should have been able to pull together a reasonable amount of people, but clearly they couldn't. And what you have are people like this particular lady, Bridget Phillipson, the Education Secretary, never had a real job. I believe if you're working in education, you should have worked in the schoolroom or at least been a teacher for a period to understand what other teachers are going through. How can you possibly be the Minister of Education and have no idea? When you look, you realise that these people are absolutely clueless. So where does this stand with His Majesty the King? Well, as we know, Keir Starmer has been summoned over for the President of the United States, Donald Trump, a talk. That's not going to go well, is it? And as you can imagine, we don't want our money being wiped away again on a fruitless war, as many people have pointed out. And it also, where it becomes really interesting, is what's been unearthed regarding all of that situation. I just feel sorry for all the poor people caught in the middle, whose lives have been lost, and more importantly, lives ruined, all thanks to power, ego, and most importantly, money. But back to Sir Keir. Apparently, His Majesty the King wants to know exactly the full problems with his cabinet. This is going to be fascinating in itself, and more importantly, about time. King Charles really needs to get a grip. In, of course, a few decades past, all of them would have been in the Tower for simply lying to the monarch. Not only have they lied to the British public, but now these bunch of charlatans who literally have lied on their CVs to try and blame people are being called out. Let's hope the King finally does something for the people. I'd love to know the outcome. As soon as I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.